Today, I'm gonna be doing my makeup using some viral TikTok trend makeup tips that I have been seeing all over my For You page. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Justine. I just talk everything makeup, beauty, fashion, and today we're doing some viral TikTok makeup trends. So I already have my moisturizer on, my eye cream, my sunscreen, all the good stuff. I let it sit. I sprayed my face with some of the D'Alba spray that I always talk about how much I love. It's just a serum spray, love it. So let's go in with foundation using this hack that I found on TikTok where she mixes the toner with the foundation. Now, I normally don't wear toner in the daytime. It's more of a night thing for me. So I'm just gonna use this little bottle that I have and we'll go ahead and mix according to what she's doing right here. So I got the toner. We'll just put a little bit of that. Can you see? Ooh, okay. Seems like enough. I'm gonna go in with my handy dandy Fenty Beauty foundation. I'm wearing the color Soft Lit, and I'll just do a few pumps of that. Goes like this, and then she goes like this. Oh my. So I've also been seeing not to put your foundation where your concealer would go, so I'm gonna try that. So one thing about this trick is I like to put my foundation straight on my face. So I feel like you kind of waste a tiny bit doing it this way. But for the sake of showing you this amazing TikTok trend, we're just gonna do it her way. All right, so it's all over my face. Let's go in with a brush. Now I'm gonna go in with my Sephora Pro Foundation 56 brush. Ooh. Feels so light. I'm almost thinking, will this take away the coverage though? Because it's so light. So again, try not to go under my eye. I'll go around my eyebrows. I think because it's so light, you don't even have to use a beauty blender to kind of mix it in even more in your skin. Okay. Can you see how nice and smooth that looks? I just told myself I wasn't gonna put it on my eyebrow and I accidentally just went over my eyebrow. Okay. That has to be my favorite foundation. I have a few drugstore favorites, but that is just like my all-time favorite. All right, next for concealer. So I've been seeing this concealer tip everywhere, and I feel like the trend right now is to go in with your liquid makeup in dots. So of course you do the little dots in the middle, you do the dot on the outside, but then we're gonna go in under the cheekbone according to what this girl is doing. And she got almost 70,000 likes on this, so it looks pretty good. Let's give it a try. So I'm gonna go in with my favorite concealer. As you can see, it is a mess, but it is the Sephora Skin number 12. So we got the dot trick, dot, dot. But then she goes in under the cheek. Like so. Okay, I'll put a little bit right there. And I like some right there. So she uses a little brush, but I'm gonna stick to my beauty blender. Otherwise, I feel like I just don't blend it as good. Now today was not hair wash day, so I did something easy, pulled it back. Something just out of my face. Keep the oils from my hair out of my face. And I've been loving this half up, half down because I like having my hair down, but I also like having my hair up. So it's just a win-win. And then I also crimped my hair because, you know, I just love a good crimped hair. Adds so much volume, makes your hair look so full. And then we're gonna go over here and really brighten this area. Okay, can you see the difference and how defined that makes it look? Let's go on this side. So one thing that I have been doing, this is not a trend, it's just something I've been doing on my own, and I'm not even sure where I got this idea from, but I've been using setting spray kind of in between my steps. So this is where I would go in with setting spray, and I'm just using just like easy everyday SheGlam 16-hour lasting setting spray. The locked-in setting spray, as they like to call it. But you can't beat the price, less than $10, just an easy setting spray, especially if you're gonna use it that much. Now for the next trend that I've been seeing, it has to do with concealer. And I saw Lexa Lynn using the dot system like I was talking about earlier, but instead she mixes her contour with her blush. And so this is good for wanting to get ready faster, especially if you don't have the time for the extra step. So she puts them on together and pretty much just blends them together. So I'm gonna try that out just because, you know, I love doing my makeup really fast and just getting out on the go. So Lexa Lynn, let's give it a shot. The blend is gorgeous, it's phenomenal. She doesn't use a brush either, so let's try it out. So I'm going in with the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour. So we're gonna do the dots. So you have your cheekbone and you wanna go a little bit above it because you don't want to create a shadow in your cheekbone crease, like so. She went in her nose, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Like so, and I feel like a cheetah. That's good. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my ultimate favorite Rare Beauty liquid blush in the color Bliss. I swear I live for this stuff. I absolutely love it. Okay, she did something a little bit different. She wiped it up and then swiped it up. Now, she went high. As you can see, mine are not even. So we're gonna see how this plays out. She uses a blender. I'm gonna go on this side first, and we're just going to blend it out. Now, this was what I was most nervous about for sure, because I've never done them together, and I just wasn't sure how they were going to blend, because I feel like the colors are just so different. I see nothing. I don't think I like using a blender on this contour. Wait, I use the same amount of dots, but look at on this side versus this side. Why is that happening? What's going on with my face? Definitely needs more blending. I'm gonna clean my beauty blender off a little bit. Okay, wait a minute. I like it on this side, but I'm not sure why it looks so different on this side. Remember, your face is the canvas and you are the artist. So anything you do can be corrected, or you have to start over if it's really bad. I think that's what's so fun about makeup. Is like, it's just such an art, and it's kind of like what you prefer, what you like your face looking like, how you like it in the end, and it's just so fun. Has anyone ever tried this technique? I'd love to know. Of course, it's all over TikTok, so I had to give it a try with these viral makeup trends, but maybe I'm just not loving that e.l.f. contour with this blush. I usually use this really big brush, but I saw that she was using the blender, so figured I had to do it her way. Okay, what do we think? The blend is really pretty. It really gives me a lot of color in these areas. I feel like more than the usual, but I think just because the colors are so blended. So I'm not a fan, but I'm not the biggest fan. But let me go in with some more spray. So next, let's go in with the blush trend that I've been seeing everywhere. And it's super fun because, again, it saves you time. It uses liquid blushes, which make it so easy. And then your cheeks kind of match your eye, which is so fun. Let's give it a try. Obviously, I already put my blush on. We're just gonna kind of add a tiny bit more for the sake of trying this trend, but we're also gonna be adding the blush to my eyelid. So let's try it out. So I'm gonna go in with the same blush. I'm gonna go one more dot, but then I'm gonna go on my eye. So I need to use a brush that can also fit my eyelid. All right, we're gonna get real creative here. So I'm gonna bring this in, bring it around. You guys, I don't hate it. I actually think that made my life so easy. That's a pretty color. It kind of brings in a little bit of the bronzer, only because I have the bronzer on already. I guess we could kind of go in the eye a little bit and clean it up. But that blush, the Rare Beauty Bliss blush, looks really good on my eyelid. I'm gonna add a lot of color to my face because you kind of take it around, which is fun. It's very different. Not my usual, but I'm kind of liking just how different it is. You guys, look at how pretty that color is as a blush. I hope you can see and you're enjoying this as much as I am. For the sake of the video, I'm just gonna continue with my trends and then I'll finish my eye makeup in a little bit. And so for the next trend, we have a lip tip trend that I found. This lip technique is phenomenal. I'm honestly hoping that I love it because you know that I love a good lip and I love my lips just being extra plump. But this is intense. I mean, she's drawing circles on her lip. She's adding concealer and blush to her lips. She's doing all the things, so let's give it a try. So I have my mirror on this side, so I'm gonna have to go on this side just a tiny bit more. So you know I'm going in with my favorite Rare Beauty lip liner because if you watched my Rare Beauty video, you know that I fell in love with all of her products. This is like my everyday, all day, no matter if I'm wearing makeup or not, whether I'm wearing a hat, my hair is down, I'm wearing this lip liner. So she goes in the middle and she draws a circle like around her Cupid's bow. I hope you can see this. I don't know why I'm nervous. So go up, draw a circle. Can you see the circle? We're gonna go on this side and draw a circle. And then continue out on the line. Can you even see that? Then we're gonna do the same thing on the bottom. We're gonna draw 2 circles and bring it out. I feel like I should have used a darker or browner color so you could see this better. She's drawing the circle where your lip curves in before your outer line starts. Now, if you have a bigger lip, I think that this technique would work better for you versus if you had smaller lips. Then she goes in with liquid blush, so handy dandy Rare Beauty. She goes in the middle, and so she's going in those circles. And then she goes in with concealer, and she places them in the corners. Oh, you guys, look at that. I have to somehow blend that, because then she goes and blends it all. So this is what my lips look like after blending them. And to be fair, she did not specify what colors to use, so my lips look white and very bright. And I don't think that's the look we're going for. But next she goes in again with the lip liner. More lip liner. That's not going over my concealer, to be very clear. And then she says, put some lip gloss on. Ooh, I have this pretty NARS pink, or I have this Fenty Beauty Champ Stamp Fantasy. So I think because of how much color is on my lips, I'm gonna go in with this NARS lip gloss, which is the last step. Okay, it's not as glossy as I thought. It's more of a lip color. It's matte though. I thought this was gloss. All right, we're gonna have another step that wasn't part of her video. Just because I feel like I have so much color on my lips, I'm gonna go in with the Lip Butter Kylie Cosmetics, just because it's a little bit more clear and there's a lot going on my lips right now, so we gotta tone it down. Okay, I'm gonna be real honest. That trend is not for me. I feel like my lips are just caked on with a bunch of stuff and I don't see the point. If you're not gonna use your makeup that you own, but you're gonna use different colors, that trend is not for me. But it's a great concept if you really wanna shape your lips and make them bigger and more plump. But no. So that is all the viral makeup trends. So let me just finish my eyes and let's see how it is all put together. So now I'm gonna go in with my favorite mascara, the Telescopic L'Oreal Mascara. This is a tried and true. Been using this for well over a decade. As I'm doing my mascara, I noticed my lips kind of calmed down a little bit as far as how pink they were. Still not my favorite color, but they definitely look more natural than they did before. I also noticed I did not do any loose powder, but I feel like my makeup doesn't really need it in the way that I applied everything. So I'm kind of loving it. That is a plus with these trends. So let's just call this the final look. Oh, wait, one more thing. Gotta tame the girlies. The difference in my face when my eyebrows are not combed down is crazy. Okay, let's call this the final look. So I'm loving these trends. I love how easy everything can be applied. The only thing is the lip concern I had, but I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think of any of these trends or if you've ever tried any viral TikTok trends, and we will see you in the next video.